I'm delighted that this piece of work was commissioned so that we can understand why children are vulnerable to losing family care, and most importantly, what can we do to stop that happening. This is probably one of the most important pieces of work I've ever done in my entire career, simply because it really concentrates on the prevention of children being separated from their families. So there were many findings and recommendations due to the really complex multidimensional aspects of challenges that are facing communities and families. But if I had to bring three main issues to the fore, the first one is we really have to prevent violence. That's violence within societies and communities and violence within the home. And in order to do that, we've really got to look at issues such as stigma and discrimination, particularly those that relate to discrimination against children with disabilities, for example, and gender-based violence and domestic violence. We also need to address multiple issues related to poverty. And that in particular means universal, free and easy access for all to be able to receive both basic and specialist support services. And thirdly, we need to look at the issue of decision making. Who are those professionals making decisions? What are they basing their decisions on? And making sure decisions are always made in the best interests of the child. And that means not separating children from their families unless there's a risk of harm, but supporting families for any other challenges they may be facing. It was very important that this study was undertaken in very different socio-economic and political contexts. In that case, we worked in 8 high, middle and low-income countries right across the world through a participatory methodology where we listened to children, young people, family members and professionals in El Salvador, Lebanon, Kyrgyzstan, Uruguay, Côte d'Ivoire, Kenya, Indonesia and Denmark. So what was really interesting is that we found across all the research in all the different countries, in all the different contexts, actually there were very similar findings. And obviously there is different prevalence of different issues depending on the socio-economic and political and cultural climate. But there were very definite key distinctive findings that went across all those different places across the world that we did the research in.